Going live. Hi, everybody. This is Andreas Macris, founder and president of Big Mouth Survey. And just want to say hello. I hope everybody's doing well out there during these times and hope everybody's healthy. Today, again, we're going to be getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, live today with Dr. John Cedar. He is a longtime friend, nationally certified psychologist, anger management specialist, and business consultant. I'm so excited and honored to have you on today. How you doing?
Good. Hanging in there like everyone else, suffering through it.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, it's interesting. Your topic is getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, and I think it's something that we have to do. I mean, it's something that it's imperative. I was just reading an article that said the peak in Pennsylvania anyway isn't going to hit till next week. So now's the time that we have to do what we have to do to get comfortable.
Correct.
Do what you have to do.
Yeah, we do. We have to adapt. It's
right.
Forcing us to adapt to many different situations that we're not accustomed to. And, so if you can, Dr. Cedar, can you give a little background about yourself?
Sure. I was actually a chef for many years. I got into business consulting, got a couple degrees, and that branched off into anger management. So most of my work is with anger management right now, couples, individuals. Half my people are court mandated, half are wife mandated, shall we say. But it's nice. It's nice to see people coming in on their own and wanting to get better, because having been an angry person, which is why I got into that in the first place, is, it's nice to see people wanting to change and knowing that they can change. You just don't have the right direction. And right now, it's so important. One of the things I promote in anger management is learning to empty your sink, learning to take care of yourself. And there is no time more prevalent than right now to learn to take care of yourself, learn to empty your sink. And that's different for everybody. There is no set one thing that we empty the sink. But if you think about in the course of your day, you're having a bad day and you come home and you trip over the sneakers and you're throwing the sneakers around and yelling and screaming. It's not the sneakers per se. It's the fact that everything else was in your sink that you never had a chance to empty. We're limited in what we can do now. You may not be able to do the things that you liked before, whether it be shooting hoops or bowling or whatever it may have been. But that's why it's important that we find what it is that we can help ourselves to just relax a little bit. Thank goodness the weather's gotten nice. I mean, it's afforded us a whole lot of opportunity to get outside, and I'm the first one out there. I'm cutting the lawn already and working on the gardens just to get some fresh air. Just to say, okay, let me have a bit of normalcy. And that's what we have to do. That's what you have to try to do. Because think about it, in reality, if you don't empty your sink, it's just going to constantly overflow. And it only takes that one drop, that one last thing before you're overflowing. And think about this too, in the safety of everyone. You don't want to be somebody else's last drop in their sink either, do you? You don't want to be the reason that they're flipping out. You don't want to be the reason that, and trust me, I know we've had conversations before. You asked me questions about things, this nature, and I was telling you a story about, I've probably been to the local Acme about 5 or 6 times in the last couple of weeks. And each time I've gone, you can feel the tension increase little by little by little. And to the point where the second to the last time I went, I could feel the hairs on the back of my neck standing up. It was an effort for people to be cordial. Now, this last time I went, which was Monday, we want to know how our lives have changed. For the first time in my life, I'm standing in line to get into a supermarket with a mask on and gloves on. And the only thing in my head was, I never thought I'd see this day. I never thought I would see this day in the United States. And there I am in line. And most people were orderly. There was a couple nasty comments being said. And that's what I'm talking about. It's people are right on the edge right now. So that's why. Yeah.
No, I think like now more than ever during this time that we're facing, I think people are bottling up their stress, so to speak, because this is something new especially for me, for my experience. I'm a person that is always on the go. I'm never home. I'm always, meeting people face to face, getting to know, trying new things. And this is really, for me, for this situation, for what, we're going through, has really, it's really brought out many different things for me as far as coping with stress and how to deal with my different scenario or different lifestyle that I have to live right now. And for me, emptying my sink, I've been doing a lot of, video calls, conferences, just to talk with people, to be able to still engage, because I love meeting new people. I love talking about interesting things, and trying to find new ways to empty the sink. One was, I was talking to you, demolishing my bathroom.
Yeah.
It's another way to take out, and relieve some unnecessary stress. So, it's been challenging, but in the other way I've looked at it, it's brought a lot of positives out of me for myself. Trying new things forced me to do new things, to learn, which is really important during this time, is learning. So during this time, did you experience anything that brought you out of your comfort zone, or did you find something during this, pandemic that we're going through? Is there anything that has specifically you've tried? Like, has it forced you to try something new, so to speak?
Well, I'm lucky in the way that my offices are in my home. So I work from my home. And so for me, like you're out and about. I don't have that. So I'm not missing that. I eat here, I sleep here, and I work here. But there is something that's really interesting, is that although I work here, I eat here, and I sleep here, I always knew that I could leave at any time I wanted to leave. I could go to the store. I could do the things I wanted to do. But now that's been taken away, and that's in the back of my mind to say, well, wait a second now. Now, all of a sudden, I'm feeling like I'm trapped here. I didn't have that before. It was just, a part of my day. So that's changing the perception. That's changing the thought process. So that's what I'm saying, to add that bit of normalcy in there. You ask if there's one thing, I'd have to say that experience the other day at the Acme really got to me. And I've been thinking about that, to say, well, I guess maybe, like most people, maybe it didn't set in yet. Maybe it didn't, I'm invincible. It's not going to be me. It's not going to be, we have that mentality. This is why you see a lot of young people still on the beaches and congregating in different areas when they shouldn't be, because they have that attitude, it's not going to be me. But when it starts to hit home a little bit and you start to say, well, wait a second now, this is really strange. Is that out of my comfort zone? Yeah, I didn't feel too safe there for some reason. I just didn't. Maybe it's my perception. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. And by and large, people are very cordial. And I have to say, God bless the people working in these supermarkets, and the firemen and the policemen and all those people who are still doing things. And I hope, if anything happens out of all of this, that our values as a society come back, that they want to work. That's what I want to see. If there's good that come from all this, can we change our values the way they should be? Does somebody, I'm hesitant on saying this, but does somebody deserve $100 million for throwing a ball, when people who are protecting our society make $34,000 a year? How much is that nurse making? How much is that janitor at the hospital making right now? That's what I'm talking about, changing our values as a society. I'd like to see that switch come to say, well, wait a second now. We're better than that as a society. We have to be better than that. We can't, yes, it's important. I understand that sports is a release, and sports is, it's a way for us to unwind, and that's emptying the sink for a lot of people, going to sporting events. I get that. But again, I think we have to start switching with placing our values where they're supposed to be. How do you thank the people at the Acme right now, or the Giant, or Trader Joe's? That's huge. These people, and you have to at least say thank you to these people.
Oh, definitely. I praise them. I praise everybody on the front lines right now that are working. Everybody that is working, participating, and contributing to keep our country afloat and keeping, enabling or letting us be able to go to the supermarkets to grab food, gas, the essentials that we need to live. I really, congratulate them and proud of them. And we do need to take care of the people that currently work in the front lines because, like you said, sports players, celebrities, they get a lot of limelight. But the people that right now are currently working, these are the people that should be also be getting praise and also be getting announced out there, for their great jobs. And like I say, it feels kind of dangerous to be out there,
Right.
to be working for yourself in this environment. So again, I thank them, and we should really, really. And the topic that I wanted to get with that is, it's a little off topic, was, like with the job titles, people
Right.
with job titles. I think this is more now than ever that before, if you worked as a cashier, let's say in a supermarket, it doesn't seem to sound great as a job title. But I think that people should be proud of what they're doing right now.
Well, what would really help in that, if we as the public would help them feel proud about that. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing, we want pride does come from within. Most of our emotions come from within. They're choices that we make in our lives. It's your choice to get angry. It's your choice to be happy. All these things that, and pride comes from that too. But again, instead of being nasty to these people, and I saw it, people being nasty or short or snippety, or look, hell, they're there working. Most of them don't have masks or anything. It's not this man's fault that he has to regulate who comes in and out of the Acme. Don't treat him like that. He's a human being doing a great job, and God bless people like that. That's what I'm saying. So we could facilitate that a lot further by helping these people feel pride in themselves and maybe giving them applause. Look, you like to do things. This is what I'm going to challenge you to do. This, if you get a GoFundMe page or something along that lines, where people fund local communities, okay, and we're going to take that money each day, that whatever you create, and you're going to find a local restaurant that's still doing takeout or delivery, and you're going to find a local hospital or an Acme or some people who are still working, and take whatever money we raised and send it, get food, so you're supporting the restaurant, and you're going to send it to the hospital, so you're supporting the people. It's a win-win, and it's a chance for everybody sitting at home to say, let me thank you for that. I appreciate that. That's something that I've been tossing around, and you're the perfect person.
No, I like that idea. I really do. We have to continue that conversation on that, because I might pick up on that.
So one more thing. Let me get back to. I want people to consider this. Out of your comfort zone. We've talked about this before. Gun sales are through the roof. They're higher than they've ever been. In fact, you can't, by and large, it was tough last week even buying ammo online, let alone going to a place. Now, I'm going to say, let's say for argument's sake, half of those people buying guns were first-time owners, okay?
Yes.
Well, just pick a number, say half. Now, gun ranges are closed. So we have half the people buying guns for the first time not being able to practice shooting. Have no idea how that gun responds. That's another thing that, out of my comfort zone, that pauses question. I don't know if the people know the laws, who's allowed to carry, who's not allowed to carry. But, that's another thing to be scary about. If you add that to the issue that we talked about, is I don't want to be that person's last drop in their sink. And, you are, and next thing you know, they're in their car reaching for their weapon when they shouldn't have it in their car, first of all, and they've never shot it. They don't know if they have a hair trigger on it. They don't know how sensitive it is. Every weapon is different. So, that's another thing that, okay, I read a lot. I'm online a lot, reading news. So maybe that's my downfall. Maybe I shouldn't, read so much, but, you want to stay alerted to things.
So what other, do you have any advice as far as for coping mechanisms to deal with, for the people that are out there that are watching and will watch this video, that, are feeling stressed right now, and, just are starting to feel like they're reaching that limit, what
Right.
recommendation can you make right now for them?
I promote in my anger management practice, the saying I tell people is daily I walk blindly through miracles. Okay. And it's not a religious aspect, and I'm not particularly a religious individual, but the fact is daily I walk blindly through miracles states what are the wonderful things that I have in my life that I'm choosing to ignore right now. We go through life and we take a bag of crap and you put a bag of crap on your shoulders. What kind of day are you going to have? A crappy day, because everything's being filtered through a bag of crap. And unfortunately, that's the way most of us choose to live. And I don't know why, but we do. I did it myself. And then you learn to put that crap back down and say, wait a second, I've got a roof over my head. I've got a clean bed to sleep in. I'm eating still. Okay, maybe I lost my job, but I applied for unemployment and there's going to be a $600 extra. So there's promise there. There's hope there. You're in a season now that I know it's Easter. I know it's Passover. I know there's a Muslim right now I'm not familiar with, but this is a time of hope, a time of rebirth, a time of rejuvenation. Just think if this would have happened dead of winter, where it's dark, it's cold, people are miserable to begin with, seasonal affect. That in and of itself is something to say, wait a second, daily I walk blindly through miracles. We're at a point in on the calendar where it's starting to break a little bit. We can breathe a little bit. You can get outside. That's a daily I walk blindly through miracles. I have a family. Thank God they're healthy. Daily I walk blindly through miracles. I went to the Acme. Okay, it was a little scary experience, but I was able to go to the Acme. Daily I walk blindly through miracles. This is a stuff to talk about with people. Take a moment and think about the positive things in your life. And then get outside and do a little bit of activity. So you change the mental and you change the positive. Go outside and take a deep breath. Yeah, your kids may be in a pain right now, but again, they're healthy and they're your kids, and thank God you have them and everybody's good. It's just a matter of changing your perception. Is the glass half full? Is the glass half empty? It's up to you. It's choice.
No, it is. It's totally true.
But if you do not learn to put that crap bag down, it'll overwhelm you.
Oh, definitely. I think that, from what I'm seeing, watching videos and, talking with people is that, I think people are all faced with this and experiencing it or handling the situation very differently. And, I hope, as you were saying, I hope when this all clears, I hope people have a different perspective, coming out of this, that, they change some of their perspectives or, their levels of importance of what they need to do, what they need to care about, and for me, it's really changed a few perspectives on, my time, with this time, for business owners that, right now for me, a lot of my businesses are at a kind of standstill pause. So for that, you have two scenarios. One, you could just go down and just do whatever you want. Say, you know what, things are closed, so I'm not going to focus on anything and get really complacent. Or two is to continue trying new things and trying to continue to work on my business. And it's disciplined me to work on my time, to make sure that I'm using all of my time wisely and I'm not wasting anything. Because I've seen a lot of people, I've talked to a lot of people that during this time they're not doing anything, they're not learning anything,
right? They're
not worrying about anything. They just think that when this is all over, we're going to continue our life. Which for most business owners, if you don't do anything right now, and if you're not working on anything to improve your business, to help whoever needs help, to do something, I feel very fortunate, unfortunate for those business owners that they're going to have, so to speak, a harsh reality, come time to when this is all over, that, they're going to be so far behind to try to catch up that they might go out of business. And, again, I'm trying to use this time as much as I can for myself, my business, family, and for friends, to try to help them as much as I can. So, it's brought a lot of good out for me, even though it's a bad scenario that we're all facing. There's a lot of good that came out of it for me.
Well, there can be. Like I said, these are choices people make to say, am I going to use my time wisely, or am I going to sit in my misery? The choice is yours. It really is. It's just a matter of how you want to do it. When we talk about the psychological effect, a lot of people will do the old ostrich, put my head in the sand and hope it disappears and hope it goes away. And once it goes away, hopefully everything gets back to normal. I don't know if we're ever going to reach the level of normalcy that we once knew. I tell people, that bring this subject up, think about 9/11, okay? How long did you think about it on a daily basis? How long did you think about it on a weekly basis? How often do we think about it now? Once a year when it comes up with the anniversary?
Yeah.
Is this going to be the same phenomenon where, okay, at the very beginning, we're all saying to ourselves, all right, never again, we never forget, and then as time progresses,
people forget.
We let our guard down. Yeah, we forget. I don't want to live in the past. I don't promote that. I don't say we should do that. I don't think we should. But keep the past alive as a memory to say, okay, just learn from it. I hope we're at least smart enough as a society to do that we can learn from this. What could we have done different? I don't know. Hindsight's 20/20. We both know that.
Correct.
Yeah, looking back on it, many things, but it wasn't. It was what it was. And, so I just, like I said, moving forward as a family. Look, does that mean you keep toilet paper down your basement from now on, just from an emergency? I did. I got it.
Right.
The stores are out, right? So what do? You go to a restaurant warehouse and you order it online from the restaurant warehouse. Of course, you got rolls like this, but
whatever makes you feel comfortable. Whatever makes you feel comfortable.
It's the loss of control that was getting to people, and that's what can scare people: the fear of the unknown and loss of control. We have this perception that we are in control of our lives. With this, we're not.
So, what do you think when this is all over? And hopefully, over soon. When I say over, we find a cure and we stabilize this virus. How do you think people are going to be reacting? Do you think they're going to go rush right out? They're going to be going back out, starting their normal everyday life, or do you think they're going to be, testing it out little by little? What do you think the overall reaction is going to be?
I think if you look at the whole picture, it's going to be little by little. You're going to have this group of people who are, again, those are people who were still doing events to the very end, and they're still going to be doing that. I'm not going to group a certain amount of people, a certain type of people. But let's face it, when we were all younger, like I said before, we were invincible. I would drive from here to Wildwood in 45 minutes on my motorcycle because nothing could stop me. Nothing could hurt me. Yeah. Right. I won't even sit on one now. So you had this realization of, wow, things can happen. So I think little by little, you're going to have people rushing out. You're going to have a group of people wanting to say, let me get to the beach. Let me get back to the bar. Let me get back to the restaurant. Fine. But I think by and large, it's going to be toe in the water, get used to it a little bit. And little by little, I don't think we'll ever be the same way we were before, though. I think this one, I'm not saying it's going to be good or bad. I'm just saying it's going to be different.
And do you think, from your opinion, do you think this virus will come back in the fall, winter?
I don't know. There's a thing circulating online where it was predicted it was going to disappear, then come back in 10 years. And I don't know. Geez, if it does, I hope we're ready for it this time. We had the vaccine and we keep working on it. If it goes away during the summer, I hope the attention towards it doesn't go away too. They figure out a reason. It's, like the flu, it may come back. So I don't know. No study has suggested that the warmer weather, nothing I've read anyway, suggested that the warmer weather should really have any impact on it. Like safe to say that the sun on your skin will help, but I don't know if it's going to go away and come back. I don't know if it's going to be like the flu.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping it does. I'm really hoping it doesn't because for most, listen, everybody doesn't want this to happen, but I don't think that most businesses will be able to afford the impact of something like this happening again this year. I don't think it would happen. I wouldn't be able to sustain.
I don't think. Again, from what I've been reading, the small business loans and everything are hitting all kinds of hiccups, and it's becoming difficult. And is the money going where it should? And can these small businesses get through?
Yeah.
And this is where I'm saying maybe it's time that the society, the town you live in, the group of people that helped out a little bit. I mean, we're all hurting, but again, like I said, if we can do a little bit, I read about these wonderful things that some of these sports guys are doing. $1 million, $5 million, 10,000 dinners, which is great. It's wonderful. But why does it have to be so much from a few? Why can't it be a little from everybody?
Yeah.
That's my point to say, well, we can all do better as a society. The same thing holds true just for the township that you're in. How about a little from everybody instead of waiting, 5,000 or 1,000? I don't know a whole lot of people who have that kind of money, but I think everybody that I know could throw $20 in the pot, and maybe it buys a dinner for a nurse or a lunch or something. So that's what I'm saying. I think if everybody does a little bit and you help out, and, maybe it's time that, we as a society pick up the slack a little bit.
No, I agree. I do agree. So right now we are running near the end. So is there anything you would like to give any credit, or did you want to promote anything on your end? Now's the time if you would like to, you have a phone number or a website or email that you want to give out.
My company is AGMA Consulting. I'm on Google. I'm still open. I'm doing a lot of phone sessions, obviously. It's different is that, one of the things that's changed is I'm getting emails and requests for phone sessions around the world now. Oh, I thought that was interesting. I thought that was, and I'm like, how did you even find me? I'm in Jake.
First time for you?
From around the country?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had anybody from different places from around the country. I mean, not just around the country, around the world.
Wow.
I'm getting, and I know there's a lot of scams out there and you have to be careful of everything, but I'm contacted by people in France and Italy and saying, I need help. A lot of them are Americans who have gone over there and they can't get back right now. So, but I find that to be interesting too. But yeah, I'm doing a lot of phone sessions and, I'm still trying to meet people. You just have to be safe with everything. But if you need help, go see somebody. I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's someone else. If your chest is getting tight and your attitude is getting short, go talk to somebody. You're better than that. That's what I promote. You're better than that. It took me 15 years to find the better me. I know it's in there.
It's better now. It's better because some people don't figure it out at all.
Yeah, we don't. But again, the way I walk blindly through miracles, I'm thankful that I was able to help other people.
Well, great. Well, Dr. Cedar, I want to first of all again thank you for being on today's show. I would like to also thank everybody that's working out there on the front lines: cashiers, nurses, police officers, everybody that is currently working. Thank you so much for providing the services that you're doing currently. We praise you, and I'm very honored. And also, please, everybody, please tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow's conversation, I have a gentleman named Jeffrey Summers. He's a business coach and consultant. We're going to be talking about the hospitality industry and how the coronavirus has impacted that industry and what will be like moving forward in that industry. So again, I hope everybody has a great day. I hope everybody found value. Thank you guys for tuning in. And till next time, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Cedar. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.